Hello and welcome to another episode of the Ali Brown Coaching Podcast. I'm here today with Mr. You've got a cool name. Whoa, we don't go by Power, but your name is Sam Watts.
Yeah,
Sam renamed as Sam Effort Level.
Yeah, Sam FTP Watts.
Sam, which has, I always joke that has another meaning, FTP, because we don't.
Oh no, you don't like
it.
that, do you? Sorry.
No, it's not that I don't like. It's not a question of like
Yeah.
and dislike. It's like what is more helpful to us, I guess.
Yeah,
and
true.
What doesn't really.
And then FTP doesn't.
Not for us.
No.
Anyway, we're already going off on a tangent.
I know, yeah.
It's just started snowing, so but you've managed to get here through the sludge.
Yeah, roads are fine.
Yeah.
Roads are all
And we're here with you've got a coffee. I've got my green tea
yeah,
going.
lovely coffee. What was it called?
That coffee?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know the actual name of the blend, but there's a girl called Noni, Noni, and she makes good coffee down in Gloucester.
Oh, nice.
So shout out.
I like to think of myself as a coffee connoisseur.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of the
Lovely.
packet because she runs it as her own little business and works quite hard.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Always nice to support the locals.
Yeah, and it's good stuff. Anyway, welcome to the Coffee Podcast.
Yeah, I know.
With Ali and Sam.
Yeah.
And
Cadbury Cup.
Yeah, we have cookies and donuts as well.
Got your gifts.
Yeah, we'll eat them afterwards unless you hear some rustling, and then we're getting hungry. But yeah, it's good to have you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Ever since we had Charlie on, who's your
I'm lost without him, to be honest.
he's your blood brother,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah.
He's been like picking on you, going, "Oh, I've been on if you've not been on the podcast yet,
Yeah,
I've been
I
on."
He's in Philly at the moment. Not that I miss him or anything.
Yeah, I saw the photos of it.
Yeah.
And
Work.
He's basically having playtime.
Yeah.
And is he training over there?
He went sightseeing. I saw he did a little run and went and did a bit of sightseeing. But he did this nutty thing of 5K every day in February, didn't he? And now he's hurt his bloody leg.
He's an absolute idiot. But the thing is, he knows he's an idiot and he carries
he
on
still
with
does
it.
Yeah. He hurt it early on as well in Feb, and he just carried on.
And he came to do a track session as part of that.
Most track sessions, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was 5K minimum.
Mm.
So anything else, yeah, he was.
I
he
must
was still
say
doing
that I must say that I did not endorse. I'm not actually coaching Charlie at the minute. So before you think that I've set this,
Yeah,
I've set this
5K.
for Charlie. He's just doing his own thing at the minute. So
It was pretty impressive, to be fair, though.
what, that he injured himself?
Well, that and he carried on, and he still did the 5K every day.
Well, he is stubborn though, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
So it's not. I mean, I'm not that impressed by that. I would just expect that from him because you have to be stubborn to do an half Ironman anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's that mindset, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to learn pretty quickly. Everyone thinks you're like related.
Yeah.
You
it's
and
quite funny.
Charlie.
Yeah.
It's really everyone on the track's like, are they husband and husband,
Yeah,
or are they brothers?
We our story is we share a brother-in-law.
You do.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so you are related.
Wow.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Legally.
My wife's brother is married to Charlie's wife's sister.
I'm already confused.
Yeah. My wife's brother
Yeah.
is married
Yeah.
to Charlie's wife's sister.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And a bit of a threesome we are.
Yeah, sounds like more than 3.
No, yeah. We don't, not the wives. Yeah, we ignore those.
Just the
It's
guys.
Just us 3, yeah.
That's cool. So the first thing I kind of learned about you when we got in contact was that you got into golf at an early age and all the way up to a professional level.
Yeah.
Which is quite impressive.
Yeah.
So I guess because when you're going through like your school years and everything, you're trying all these different sports out. I mean, when I did the same, everyone's like, "Oh, try basketball, you're tall, try this."
Yeah.
But no one ever like got a handle of it and went, "You've got potential at this. Do this, and we'll support you through it and make you really good." Because I could have been that at something.
Yeah.
So to talk us through kind of what was different with your upbringing. In that, was there someone that kind of spotted that potential and kind of gave you that support, or did you kind of just fall into it?
Yeah. Coaching wise, no. I mean, golf was always through my dad. I've got videos, VHSs, believe it or not, from when I was 3.
I remember them.
Yeah. not many people will.
Yeah.
From when I was 3 years old, and then I just fell into it. I fell in love with golf, and then I've just did it my entire life. I played sports, football, group sports, that sort of thing, basketball a little bit, but nothing took me like golf did, basically. So it was all self-disciplined, and it was just something that I always wanted to do, and I always, school was non-existent for me. With golf, you tend to you got older kids, so I was the youngest out of our junior club at the Vale I played at. So when I was in year 8, my mates at the time were driving, and in sixth form.
That's quite cool, right?
So, yeah, it was ace.
Because normally when you're in school, your world is the people in your year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so they'll be going on a lunch break. They'll be going play 9 holes,
and they'll just take you,
and I'll jump in the car. And, yeah,
I bet you were like the coolest person in your year.
No, because nobody
knew you.
No, I was never there.
Did you?
They didn't know that. They just Sam's here. Where's he been?
So you sound like a gypsy.
I know,
just no one cares about where he is.
Yeah,
and did the school were they on your parents' back or anything? Or
I didn't do it every day. It was one of those every now and again.
Yeah,
and then just got away with it somehow.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it was ace. So yeah, golf has always been a part of my life. And like you said, I turned pro. I think I was 20, 21, so quite late.
So by playing with people who were older than you, do you think that helped you get to that level where you could turn pro? Because at that age that you were at the time, you were playing with people who were just probably going to be better just because they're a bit older, more developed.
They're older, yeah, exactly, yeah.
So did that speed that process?
Yeah, with anything, with any sport, I think it definitely helps to, play with people that are better than you. It can only develop you. It has to. And yeah, I think it did. And just being with older people, and it's just developed that way. So
you're making it sound very blasé. Yeah, I just came pro.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And for me, it's because it's the only thing I've ever known. And then sometimes
it's your bread and butter.
Yeah, and then I mean, I didn't do anything spectacular. Let's not get it. I'm not. You didn't see me on telly. I when I turned pro, I did 7 years as a professional. Mm-hmm. And it was the mini tours. So Euro Pro Tour, it's on telly if you make the cut, and if you're.
But
in
it's
the
like
final...
it's like F1. They'll show Hamilton a load, but they might not show like the Williams at the back.
No, exactly. Yeah, and
Not saying you're a Williams, by the way.
Well, I'd be pretty decent if I was. I'll take that.
They're all right this year, though.
Yeah,
they're a lot
exactly. And the mini tour life as a young professional is difficult. You're giving more money away than you're sort of taking it, so it's it's difficult.
So the cash flow,
it's non-existent.
It's not about how much you're earning; it's the cash flow, isn't it?
Yeah. If you do well 1 week, then that gives you food for the next tournament, kind of thing.
Yeah,
entering.
Yeah, and you don't have that steady income of monthly wages, and it's like you just have to win or place well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and majority of the guys that were in the same boat as me, they had part-time jobs, whether it be a bar. I worked at a driving range.
I mean, I know pro triathletes now.
Similar, I guess.
Yeah, I was racing with. She was on the lap ahead of me on the run. I wasn't like going as fast as her, but I was next to her on one of the run courses, one of the 70.3s, and she was saying that she still has to work to sustain being a pro. So it's kind of like it feels quite top heavy. Yeah,
it definitely is.
And and my kind of opinion is it needs to be spread out a bit more, so more of them can make a living.
Yeah. Well, the tour that I said I was on, the mini tour, that that was the stepping stone for then to go up to the European tour. That's now been cut. They don't have that tour anymore.
Why not?
I don't know, to be honest. I've been out of touch for a while, but I just saw late last year that they've cancelled that tour for whatever reason. Money, I would imagine. It was owned by Barry Hearn. What was his company?
I don't know him.
No, Barry. Eddie Hearn.
Okay.
Is it Matchroom? Matchroom.
Right.
And so for whatever reason, they probably didn't see the money side of things and just got rid of it.
Yeah.
That's maybe 200. What was it? 130 guys each week trying to turn pro. Just gone.
So is there not a kind of national governing body that can help with these things or step in and form their own?
Yeah, but you have to go the coaching route for that side.
So what's the difference then? Like the route you went down and the coaching route?
Basically that I played every week. I played in tournaments trying to earn a living. And then you got guys that will work at a golf club and coach the members.
Oh, so you actually coach yourself? I thought you meant like you would be coached.
No.
But you act as the coach for other people and make money that way?
Yeah, that's the other side. Yeah, but okay. I played.
Okay. So rather than coach other people to make a living, which would hinder your playing time, you just went, F that, I just want to go and spend the time playing.
Yeah, because I haven't got the eye to be able to better somebody. I don't know how. I just hit the ball.
It's interesting, isn't it?
And then I practice, and then let's go and play tournaments.
That happens often. I've had that experience. I've spoken to people who are really good athletes in their sport, like naturally just talented and amazing, but they are unable to coach other people to do the same thing because they can just do it.
Yeah.
And to be a top athlete and to be a good coach is completely different skill sets.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And a lot of the time people assume that just because you're a top athlete, you can teach someone else to you can coach. But you can't.
No.
It's I think I've mentioned this on another podcast as well. It's just I find it really interesting that's the first assumption that people jump to.
Yeah.
Is that you go teach me? So I just do it. I don't know how. Like someone who's never done the sport before could coach you better than I could if they understand it.
Yeah. And then exactly. And then you got that side. People that are fantastic coaches, but they can't hit a golf ball very well.
Yeah. You take. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying that it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to listen to Brett Sutton at Tri-Sutto speak. And he said he's never done a triathlon before, but he's in my opinion especially the best triathlon coach in the world.
Yeah, says it all. Yeah.
So and it's like when I was swim teaching for a bit, I was teaching them how to do butterfly. And I said I can't do butterfly. And it says, how can you tell us to do? How can you get us to do it then? And we're like 10, 12-year-olds. I'm like, well, it doesn't mean I can't teach you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the coach of, say, Mo Farah, can he run like Mo Farah? No, but he can coach him to run like Mo Farah.
And you look at all the top guys, the Tiger Woods and that peak of the top guys, their coaches, none of them were the same because they'd still be playing.
Yeah, exactly. If the coach was that good, they wouldn't be a coach.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be making millions playing themselves.
Yeah. So from the discussions we've had in the past, and as I've been coaching you and stuff, and just knowing you, and being a pro golfer, especially you said with the pressures of that, you're not getting the cash flow is difficult. There's more money going out, and I guess there's other pressures on that as well. But yeah, so eventually you stopped being a pro golfer. So kind of talk us through. So what happened through that period, and then what was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, where you thought I don't want to carry on with this anymore. Yeah, because it's a sport that you've always it's like your bread and butter.
Yeah, I've always known.
It's kind of a big thing to walk away from it.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, with school and that, it was non-existent school-wise. So academically, it's just golf. So what else am I going to do?
Well, trigonometry, golf ball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how many dimples on a golf ball?
Yeah,
I don't know actually. I should know that. Like I said, I was pro for 7 years, and then it just got to a point. Well, I got married. I had my first child, my son. But that was 2016. He was born. Mm-hmm. Married in 2014, and then I stopped end of season 2015. And like I said, financially, it just didn't make sense to. I can't support a family. I'm away Monday to Friday, having to practice and then work on a Saturday. How am I going to be a good dad and a good husband? It's just not viable. And I took the decision. If I was going to make it in that 7 years to that hundreds of thousands, £1 million living, I would have done it by now. Mm-hmm. So it's quite easy in the end, to be honest. It got to a point where it was, it was becoming a difficult job, something that I was falling out of love with.
because of the pressures that came with it,
exactly.
It kind of takes the shine off. Oh, I'm just playing golf every day. Yeah, but it's more than
that. Exactly. Traveling to hotels and spending, all week I was just on my own. And it's, it's a very lonely sport for that 7 years.
Yeah, and a family changes things, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I wanted to be there. It was pretty easy decision in the end. And because golf was all of my life, I was pretty competitive, but I wasn't competitive where I wanted to trip you up to win. If somebody had come up to me and I was leading a tournament, let's say, for instance, and they said, "Do you mind if I win this tournament?" I would have gone, "Oh, okay, go on then."
You would have done.
Well, yeah, it's just not. I'm not that way, and that's probably what.
But then you get less money.
Exactly. I know that. You know that.
So you're too nice.
I didn't have that killer instinct, but I'm still very competitive. Just internally in myself.
So you didn't have any kind of switch where you could turn it on just for the tournament and turn it off again?
No.
This is interesting because I've spoke about this subject to other coaches as well, and you get some people who that switch we talk about, they can in normal life they're chill, they're calm, they're not competitive, they're not trying to beat you to the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
But when they get into a race, when they're on the start line, they can switch it on and they turn into a let's call it beast mode.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
They just go absolutely competitive and they're ruthless.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they cross the finish line, they flick it off again, and then they're back to themselves again.
Yeah. It's crazy. And that's a bloody good thing to have.
It's a skill. Yeah. It's a really good skill. On the other side to that are people that have the switch flicked on 24/7.
Right.
So it kind of makes them seem a bit unsavory in everyday life because they are always about mindset. They're always competitive, and you can kind of, I don't really want to hang around you because you're a bit too intense, a bit too much. They might not be the nicest person.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of concept of having that switch and the ability to turn it on and off is really interesting.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, myself, I want to, if I'm racing myself, I want to, that's fine. I'd go toe to toe.
But or Charlie.
No, even Charlie. In the early days, we probably we got into it together and we were pretty competitive. But it just turned into a complete support. For each other. But yeah, like I said, I'd love to race myself, and where you get that on the games, you get that ghost mode.
Yeah, I used to love that, like on Formula One races and stuff.
But yeah, bring anybody else into the picture and. Yeah. So 7 years, family, still competitive, and I needed a job. So most competitive people, I got into sales. And
so did you not need any school qualifications to get into that? They just kind of went. Yeah. Can you talk to people? Can you relate to people?
Yeah. My job now is I work for a company who it's petrol. So anything above ground equipment wise to petrol stations, I sell.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fantastic. It's dealing with different people every day. It's selling. It's I've got to beat my budget for the month, and yeah, it's that's
does
that
competitive. Is it to a point where it's stressful trying to hit that budget, or is it?
Yeah,
not?
Yeah, but I mean that's the whole point. Yeah, it's that's the competitiveness that I needed.
Yeah,
and I still need.
So that competitiveness has been forced into you by having a work target.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's myself. So last month I did certain numbers.
Yeah,
I want to beat that again.
I guess. Yeah, that's a good thing to do, but I guess you can't do that every month.
No. Yeah,
it's like unrealistic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
make it up to £1 billion.
£1 billion. I used to work in sales as well.
Yeah.
And if you didn't hit your target for 3 months in a row, they'd sack you.
Oh, right. That's relentless.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they implemented that, but that's what was kind of said.
Yeah, I suppose if you've got that in the back of your mind, you're always going to try and hit your targets, then, aren't you?
Yeah, but a lot of the time it's not in your control.
No.
So
especially with the way things are at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people might just choose another supplier for reasons you can't control.
Yeah.
Might be production reasons which are out of the salesperson.
Exactly.
So yeah, sometimes I found that a bit weird.
Yeah.
But that's really nice though.
Yeah.
So you get to drive around a bit and just I guess these people aren't really intense people that you're talking to.
Yeah, they're pretty intense.
Are they?
Petrol station owners, they're pretty intense.
What about just generally, or what's the similarity between these petrol station people?
It's the money they want to make, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
And because they don't, contrary to everyone's belief, they don't make money on the petrol.
No, I mean I know that.
Yeah, it's it's
all goes
tough
back
for them.
to
bloody tough.
Yeah. Margins are slim.
Yeah, exactly.
So they just need the volume of petrol.
Yeah.
And people to buy Twix when they go and pay for their...
get inside and buy some cakes.
Yeah, please buy £3 Twix to help us make money and have a car wash or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, car washes. But so competitiveness into sales, but I was still missing something, and it's competition.
Because that's all you've known.
Yeah, and I didn't have, so I stopped playing golf completely. I'd play once or twice a year, just because what's the point?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that hobby again. And I needed that. I needed to get back into that competition state.
So when you're at that point and that way of thinking, what options were available in your mind at the time?
Well, just reverting back to what I know, and that's running. For golf, if I wanted to get fit, I'd just go and run a couple of miles.
Yeah.
Back then, fitness for golf wasn't really known.
You weren't doing gym sessions.
I wasn't doing gym sessions. Yeah, that was only sort of around now that people are in the gym and what have you. But I'll just go out and run.
Yeah.
And try and get fit that way. So, and that's where myself and Charlie sort of bonded, because he was kind of looking for the same thing. He spoke about his injuries, and we were just looking for something where we can compete, but do it together. So we tried to do gym, workouts and what have you, but it just wasn't the same. We even tried to try out for the local NFL side.
Wicked.
That was quite cool. I didn't go because it was the trial was the week that my son was born. Yeah. Charlie went. And when he said all he can do is go and run in a straight line, he found that out quite early. Then I think in the first play he did and then pulled a calf, and then that was it. Then his career was over.
Everyone else has changed direction twice. Charlie's going the same direction.
Yeah. He's pulled his calf. He's on the floor. I think there's a promo video actually, and it's him like pulling up on his calf. It's quite funny. It's in the promo video. Yeah.
Insult to injury.
Yeah. So then so that's when he found out I need to go in a straight line. So we just went. We ran. Entered a couple of 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons. And it went from there really. And then Charlie's, it was give Charlie credit for this. He found a local triathlon event at the where was it? Lenches Man.
Yeah.
And then that's where it went from there.
Brilliant.
Yeah, put our foot on the ladder with running, and then found the great world of triathlon. And
it's for someone who was like struggled to find that competitive,
exactly.
I don't know, edge or something. Triathlon's quite a daunting world to get into. Lots of unknowns. Lots of can I even do that?
Yeah, exactly. I've always been intrigued with and fascinated with endurance racing, whether that's running, triathlons, or you see these 24-hour driving races. Yeah,
like Le Mans and stuff like that.
More so the mental side.
Yeah.
I mean, with golf, they used to say it's 80% mind and 20% physical. And, and I think that's exactly the same in endurance sports.
I agree with you.
Yeah, it's...
Because I know people who were able to perform, say, at X level, at a high X level, but physically...
Yeah,
but because of their mind, they're performing at X -5 level.
Exactly. Yeah. So you need that complete mindset to be able to get you through a half marathon, a marathon, 100%. And that's what I love about it is digging deep and seeing where your mind can take you.
Is it? I mean, I've always thought it's kind of fascinating, trying to kind of adapt and change and influence your mindset to be able to kind of push more, and how much more can I? Because I know I can do more now, and the only thing stopping me is my mind.
Yeah.
How much can I control that and push through it? And it's kind of satisfying when you do that as well, isn't it?
I've always been, and it's a bit silly, but I've always wondered what would it take for me to just stop or not collapse, and that would be a bit silly.
Like during a race?
Yeah.
I've had this thought.
Yeah. What do I need to,
What would happen? What would need to happen for me to actually stop right now?
What event? And I think that's kind of what started me, to be honest. What event would I need to enter and then I wouldn't make it, kind of thing.
Mm.
But we had a scary incident with another friend who entered a half marathon, and that happened to him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't nice, and it was pretty sad to see, bless him. But yeah, I mean, I've always had that mindset, but I've still to this, it's, what you got to enter? 100 miles? I don't know. I haven't done it yet, so I haven't entered.
Have you read the books on people that run 100 miles?
Yeah.
They go blind.
Yeah, exactly. It's at the end, isn't it? Where your body just shuts down.
It sounds horrific.
That's probably why I haven't done it.
I don't think I want to do it.
They still completed it.
I know. They still crawled over the finish line.
Yeah.
But then you can't work for about 4 years because you've got to recover.
Yeah. Well, look how bad I was after that. I mean, 70.3.
Mate, we're jumping ahead right now.
Yeah.
But
still.
But I have got engraved in my memory the image of the look on your face as you walked out of the finish tent to the barrier where I was stood.
Yeah.
You were visibly, horrendously offended.
Yeah.
By how your legs were feeling.
Well, I mean, what more did I expect? Let's be honest. I mean, what did I think it was going to be fine?
You were so pissed.
Yeah.
Like, most people just believe they've done it. You were angry.
Yeah. Just the pain.
It's like, what is this? Yeah. This is unacceptable.
Yeah. Why am I not, jumping up and down? I finished. There's a reason for that. You just done 70.3 miles.
I know, right? So many people don't even know that 70.3 refers to the miles. I just think it's a random number.
Oh,
it's really funny.
It's just called the event.
Yeah, it's called 70.3.
Yeah.
We just picked a number out of the air.
Yeah,
that's quite funny.
Yeah.
And so you found the first event, the Lenches.
Yep.
And then so talk us through that progression then, because the progression to the point, I guess, where I don't know how we first got into contact, or I can't remember. It might have been.
It was a swim.
It was me advertising the Pershore swims.
Definitely.
How did you see that advert, by the way? Was it online or was it?
I don't know.
I remember.
Because it was probably Pershore and local. I think it was probably Facebook.
Yeah, because I think it went on Pershore's thing as well, didn't it?
Right, okay, yeah. It must have been
remember.
there. It must have been, yeah.
So
being local.
So talk us through the journey of, so you did the first one.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to talk you through the first one? And
yeah, go for it.
Well, in my mind, because I knew nothing about triathlons, it was just this thing that myself and Charlie were going to do. We did it for charity. Everybody says do it for charity, but you do it for yourself, really, don't you?
Yeah, it's just an excuse to be selfish.
So we did that, and I had no idea. And for some reason, in my mind, the time was all transition based.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got pictures as well. It's quite funny. Myself and Charlie, we rock up to this lake, and I've got my running shorts on, and he's got his jammer. He's got a jammer on.
Yeah.
Everyone else in wetsuits. Because I think I'm only swimming. I can't remember.
I've seen this photo.
800 meters, I think it was, or 400. I can't remember. I don't even know what the distance was.
Is this a photo where you were just in jammers and everyone else in wetsuits? Yeah, Charlie spoke about it.
Yes,
when
he
was
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because my thought was, well, they've all got their wetsuits on. I'm going to swim, and then just get my.
I'll be faster to transition.
But I forget how quick you are in the water.
Yeah.
So everything's, I thought, was rushed in transition.
Mm.
Put my running shoes on. I didn't have clip-ins. Get on the bike, running vest on, get off the bike, and then run, and loved it.
Yeah,
and that's where it started.
And that's perfect.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, you do not need to do any more than that.
No,
you could just go rock up in whatever you want. Yeah. Do it, enjoy it.
No tri-suit. It was just my running shorts and a vest.
Yeah, sorted.
Running shoes.
So there is no need to do more than that.
No,
as long as you're enjoying what you're doing, then perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And then we just snowballed from there, really. Myself, Alec, and Charlie, we then a couple of months later did a relay.
Mm-hmm.
Where was it? It's not Cheltenham. I can't remember. It was one event, and it was ace. That was a sprint. Alec did the swim, Charlie did the cycling, and I did the running.
Great.
It was, it was fantastic.
The threesome bonding event.
Exactly. And again, it's that bonding that the three of us wanted.
Yeah.
It's it was brilliant.
Yeah.
You can bring us all together.
And a nice group hot tub at the end to recover.
Yeah.
Nice sauna.
Yeah, not quite. McDonald's, I think it was.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, and like I said, it snowballed from there. Just fell in love with it. And then I think that's where you came in. Probably around, that was probably about 18, 19.
Around, I can't remember the year, 18 or 19. I think I started these sessions at Pershaw.
It was about, but there was no regime into those events. I was maybe running. We did probably a month's worth of training before that first Lenches, man.
Yeah,
but we didn't know how. Everything was a race.
And that's
when I say
I had to slow you down, didn't I?
Yeah. That was the first thing you did. And that's what I say. I like competing against myself.
Yeah.
And I know you don't like this app, but Strava.
Oh yeah.
I found Strava.
Yeah.
And then you could do routes, and then obviously they record your time, and then I'll go and do it, and then I'll do it quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I got coaching with yourself, because I got a stress fracture, if you remember.
Yeah.
Because I was just sprinting everywhere. And I wondered why I had a stress fracture.
Like a child on Blue Smarties.
And it was that was the event, the English Riviera.
Yes.
So we did the swimming, and then I got you because I was training
idiotically.
And got a stress fracture.
Yeah. No, that's kind of a few people have been injured and then found a coach, and then I've
never been injured since, touch wood.
Perfect. Done a good job.
Yeah.
And then I've we've still carried on training, but I've brought them out of injury.
Yeah.
And then got them fit, fast, and train it, and then not got injured again.
Yeah.
So it's testament to the method that we train.
Yeah, it has to be.
With Tri-Sutto. Yeah. It's like, so it's if you're left to your own devices and you cannot say you haven't got enough discipline to control that competitiveness on a daily basis, you're asking for stress fractures.
Yeah, exactly.
You're asking to be exhausted.
Yeah.
And things. I think that's the big kind of benefit of having somebody
to tell you what to do, kind of thing. If you don't know, and it's the same. I was a professional. I still had coaching, but yet I was doing something I've never done before, and I didn't have coaching. Why would I not? It doesn't make sense.
It's strange, isn't it? I guess a lot of people just think, I'm only going on a run.
Yeah.
So I'll just go and run.
Yeah. But
I guess there's more. If you peel back the layers, if you're just doing it for fun, absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You go and do what you want.
Yeah.
You're just doing it just to have a good time, just to do some exercise. You don't need to think about anything else.
Mm-mm.
But if your interest is in improving and performing, then it's like, okay, I can't just rely on everything that I don't know to go in, just to randomly fall into place.
No.
It's you need some structure and a coach who knows how to work with that person to improve them.
Yeah.
Which is like you just go into a a massive field of tangents you can end up discussing and going down.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what was it? So I'm curious to know. You were starting out just chilling, running when you want to run, cycling when you want to run. You got your stress fracture.
But
there was no kind of structure. There was no we're doing this day, like that day. It was like, let's just go with the flow. So it's kind of a big step to then have someone setting you sessions like every day, and a lot of people, I guess, struggle with that initial change, and it's a bit daunting. I remember when I first had that, and I was like, I feel a bit like scared now.
Yeah.
I've actually got to do this, and it's all written out for me.
Yeah.
Was that a hard transition? I guess for you, maybe because you would play pro golf before that, but maybe more for Charlie or something.
Yeah.
What was that transition like?
Yeah, it was. It was great. I'm more of a visual learner, and I remember the first time I had swimming coaching with you. We didn't actually just jump straight in the pool. We walked up and down and watching. I think it was Jeremy.
Yeah.
And you were like, "This is how I want you to swim." because before I was trying to swim like a swimmer, run like a runner, and cycle like a cyclist.
You're speaking from our book. Yeah. You're speaking from the book of the coaches. Yeah.
It's, it doesn't work like that.
No.
So you explained, and then this is how I want you to swim. Okay, brilliant. Set the sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. And then same with running. Met you at track, and I actually think it was Jeremy again. You said, look how Jeremy runs up, and then the cadence.
Mm-hmm.
Try and fit that extra step in. Okay, do that. And then cycling, we just set the sessions and away we went.
I remember the first message I got after the 50 RPM
that's it,
mad sessions.
Yeah.
I can't repeat what was said to me.
Yeah, I think there was a few messages you could probably got from them. Yeah, but that was fantastic. I mean, who knew? Because I bloody didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know either until I found like Trisoto, Susie, who's my coach, and Robbie, and went out into the world to actually see what is actually being done right now with the pro teams and the Olympians and the world champions. We're talking about IRONMAN world champions.
Yeah, exactly. How are they getting around?
Olympic gold medalists at Olympics and stuff. How are they doing it?
Yeah.
Because all I was told is from the tutors at the national governing bodies, kind of this partial level 1, partial level 2, and this is all the information, blah blah blah. And most of that was swim like a swimmer, run bike like a biker, run like a runner. But swimmers don't have to bike and run after the swim.
No, exactly.
They're going to have a hot shower.
Exactly.
And
doesn't make sense.
And the aim is to get through the entire event of all those 3 disciplines, plus nutrition, plus hydration, plus transitions, for A to be the quickest, not try and swim the fastest you can.
Yeah.
Because that can mess up the other 2.
Yeah, it was going to.
Similarly, you could have the fastest bike. You could change your bike setup and change your method to the bike to be the fastest you can possibly be on the bike, and then you'll run the slowest.
Yeah.
And you'll lose a race.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got to be smart about how you do that bike. Yeah, you still want to be fast, but not the fastest. Don't be so aggressive in the position. You want to be efficient, but still leave your body in a good enough state to be able to perform on the run.
Yeah.
So it's a balance.
Massively.
It's a fine balance.
Yeah. I mean, how many in the pro circuit? How many pros out of the water first actually win? Probably Lucy Charles Barkley. I mean.
Yeah, she's probably
one. I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Richard Varga.
Yeah,
who the Brownlees used to train with.
Yeah,
he was the best swimmer in ITU for that time period.
Yeah,
but it would never be on a podium.
No,
well, he maybe got 1 or 2, but he was never proficient. He was never.
In the ITU, Vincent Louis probably. He's the one.
Yeah.
I can't think
and obviously
else, but the longer distances.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Yeah. But some of them maybe just be natural good swimmers, so it wasn't hard for them to do that. But you know what I mean. It's like if you really try and nail that one part at the expense of the others, you're worse off overall.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that's what I ended up learning from going out and doing my own CPD.
Yeah,
and going to listen to Brett, talking to Susie, getting Susie to coach me, for example, as an athlete.
Yeah,
doing their coaching course and stuff.
Yeah, but going back to your question, I didn't find it hard at all to get into the sessions. It was what I needed. You see it written on I think we got it the morning off, didn't we? On Final Surge, and then I've got to do that today. Let me try and when am I going to fit this in? And then away you go. Yeah, and I think coaching. I've searched for coaches in the past, and everything's done online. Whereas, myself and Charlie, we were looking for that one-on-one. I don't want to be written to and do this session. Yeah, I know, but my tech, as an adult, I've never swam before.
Yeah, it's hard to learn
exactly
when you're an adult.
I'd have to pay for online coaching and YouTube videos.
Which
what's the point?
Wouldn't work.
No,
because every coach has got their own kind of way of doing stuff.
And, and the way you said it, it's one sport, and that just got us. That's exactly what we wanted.
It's interesting because whenever I talk to new people, and they find out that I do triathlon, they go, "Oh, what's your favorite bit?"
Yeah,
I mean, I just say triathlon.
Yeah,
is my favorite bit.
Yeah,
because it's triathlon. It is one sport.
It's quite funny, isn't it? Yeah.
What's your favourite sport of the three?
Which one?
No, it's not three sports put together. It's one sport.
Yeah.
Like
but which one?
but which one's your favourite?
Yeah.
I wouldn't like it if I was just doing one.
Yeah.
I like it because it's the dynamic of all three put together.
Yeah.
There you go. I've universally answered that question now, so no one can ask me again.
Nobody but what's your favourite one?
Shut up. The finishing, the feeling of finishing is amazing.
It is. It is good.
Well, when you've put everything out there, and now you can
that mental battle. It's just, it's, there's nothing else like it.
It's just you're on. I mean, I've never done drugs and I don't intend to, but I can imagine it's a similar feeling of crossing that finish line and the absolute rush of adrenaline and endorphins you get. That must be the closest.
What an
feeling.
achievement! I mean, myself and we normally cry at the end.
I cry throughout and at the end.
You'd be on the bike and look what I'm doing.
Because you're working.
Come on, get it.
You're working quite hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes your emotions you can't control that emotion. You just let it out.
Yeah. And my family and Charlie's family normally come as well. So if you see them, you're like, oh my God, no, go away.
Yeah.
But you speak of that feeling. I think I've never had a better feeling of when I'm training in the Lenches Lake. I mean, on a summer's day, you're in that lake and people tend to go running to sort their head out and what have you. And I say, the best thing I've ever done to this day is swimming in that lake. It is just the nicest feeling. Yeah, everything just goes, and you're just in that lake for however long you want to be in there.
That's
and
really nice.
It is, it's beautiful. It was ace.
And it's warm.
Yeah.
The views are nice.
Yeah.
And it's just you swimming in a water with nothing else around you.
Keep going around. Yeah.
It's just chill.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I think the only time the time I had that way it kind of felt overwhelming was like in a good way was running over Malvern Hills.
Oh yeah, I bet that's great.
And it was like just the whole lighting of where the sun was stuff and there's like the nice castle over there and there was not another person in sight and I was just running round one of the peaks on the path. And it was just like this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like you get those little moments of joy, don't you?
Yeah.
That we kind of crave because you don't get them enough.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like I want that again.
Yeah.
You just spend your whole life chasing those little moments of genuine happiness. These fleeting moments.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Maybe that's one of the reasons why we do these races.
You keep doing it, yeah. And I think, the races, I've always trained, practiced in a week, and then I've got a tournament weekend. I've always taken that to triathlon as well. I don't necessarily. It's not because I don't have to do a race every time, but I want to see how I'm improving, and that I can only do that with a race.
Yeah.
So I want to see where my training's taking me, and then I'll enter a race. Yeah. And
that's how we do. So we have what's called the spiral system.
Yeah.
So it's kind of different to periodization. We don't do periodization. If anything, it's reverse periodization. So it means that means that we don't spend the whole winter just going long and slow and doing base miles.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not how we train.
No.
Because you just end up being really slow.
And, exactly. What's the point?
So we keep the speed in there, and we would, if we're doing aiming for a full distance Ironman, we'd spiral up to a sprint, recover, spiral up to a standard, spiral up to a minute, and then do it. So we'd start with a sprint race. We wouldn't start with doing base miles. Yeah, we'd start with a fast race. Yeah, and so it's quite interesting. And then so we have the rule that we'd spiral up. We have like an 8-week block where we can race and train hard. Yeah, and then at the end of that 8-week block, there's like a race at the end of it. Yeah. And then we recover, and then we don't race again for 7 weeks. Yeah, because we need to recover and build back up again.
Back up to that next.
And then we have another 8 weeks where we can race, and don't race again for 7 weeks. Yeah. So that on paper, that's the rule of it. So where you have your stepping blocks, and each one you kind of aim to get a bit better on each 8-week like attack block.
Yeah, makes complete sense, doesn't it?
So that's where we use that is the test.
Yeah.
That race. So that's why we don't do and we don't believe, and it's not just Tri-Sutra, this was BTF as well. a lot of the BTF, one of the BTF tutors as well, said, why do in-training testing? Don't believe in it. There's no benefit of it. The test is the race.
Yeah.
If you're testing in training, you're not training.
Yeah.
Because you're having to recover from the test.
Yeah.
And if you want to test yourself, just go and do a race.
Yeah, exactly.
So
there's so many around, isn't there? So
yeah. And so in a way, you kind of think, so why do you need to know your FTP?
Yeah.
Why are you disrupting your training?
Why is your race? Yeah, because that's essentially what it is, isn't it?
Because you're going flat out.
Yeah.
The next day you can't do anything useful. Probably the next day either you can't do anything like big. So yeah, that's kind of.
If you do, you're not improving. So
interesting point, because a lot of the coaches use that in training testing. It's a good talking point actually. But I religiously don't. At all for anything. Don't do it.
No.
and like when we do go fast in training, it's only up to 90%.
Yeah.
We never go 100%.
Yeah, because you're getting ready for that test, aren't you?
Yeah. And then you can just injure yourself and it's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. At least you got to that point.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you can get to 90%, then you're good. You'll be fine in the race.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you kind of initially you kept doing the swimming sessions.
Yeah, that's the first time I contacted you and
then we made progress in the swim quite a lot actually.
Massive, yeah,
huge progress.
I like I said, I had entered the English Riviera. It was my first Olympic event.
You had already entered that, and had you already entered the half Ironman then as well?
No,
or was that later?
I can't remember. Possibly, yeah, because it got deferred a couple of years because of COVID. So yes, I probably had.
It would have already been in the pipeline then.
So that I wanted to improve swimming, obviously, because we'd never done it before. So got in touch with you, and I think it was only maybe a month before the English Riviera event, and it was massive.
Just in 1 month, which is crazy.
Yeah, and then we started speaking about full coaching then. So it went from swimming and then into the full coaching because I had injured myself, and then I needed your guidance. And I think I had a couple of weeks off, maybe longer, because it for the leg to heal, and then we just went in from there. Yeah,
we had maybe what was the best part of a year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I guess to get ready for that middle distance triathlon.
Did a few more Olympics before then. The Manchester, was it Manchester or Liverpool?
You went to Southend.
Southend, yeah. Where's that? Liverpool, isn't it?
That's up at the coast at Liverpool, isn't it? Yeah.
That was a GB age group thingy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was ridiculous. And then I PB'd on everything.
How was that ridiculous? Yeah. That race?
Oh, it's so quick.
What, you were or everyone else was?
No, everybody around you. Just with £20,000 bikes everywhere.
20,000.
Yeah. 18, 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Because they're all trying to get their spots in the team, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. And
you could do that. You could qualify.
I mean, I don't know I can't remember how long we were training together.
It wasn't long.
But I literally PB'd on everything, all three disciplines.
Which is amazing because we always say it's endurance is a long-term thing. And to see the real improvement, it's years. Yeah. So the fact that you got that big improvements in like a month, imagine what you could have done in years. Yeah. Or you can do in years.
Yeah. But those PBs were not in triathlon. I mean, that was
all your three splits. Yeah. And then obviously the triathlon because everything else was the fastest you've done.
Yeah, exactly. It was madness.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So and then I mean I'm not in disbelief because I believe it and I knew it could happen, no problem. But impressed and pleased with that year and then your performance on your first ever middle distance triathlon. You hadn't done one before. Yeah. Normally you just go in, chill, first one, let's just experience it and not worry about anything else. Let's just get a feel for the distance because it's a long way when you do your first one. And trust me, on the second one, it don't feel that long.
I bet.
On the third one, it feels like a standard.
Yeah, I bet.
It don't feel that long.
Yeah.
So on the first time, it feels a long bloody way. And your performance, yours and Charlie's were absolutely, and Sue
was fantastic.
Was absolutely amazing. Yeah. And I was like, I was there. I dressed up in a suit on race
Yeah,
day.
you did. Yeah, it was
and
great.
You were all well confused.
Yeah, and I was on the run, and I saw this. You stand out quite well in the crowd. I was like, "What's he doing? Where's he been? Why is he in a suit?
You idiot!
Yeah.
Why are you in a suit, you weirdo?"
And I just grunted and.
No, you were on the run.
Yeah.
Or flipping forward a bit here, but you were on the run. He came back. I was like, "Sam, you right, Sam?" And and the only thing you said was very calmly. He didn't look tired at all. Why are you wearing a suit?
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And then he just ran off.
Yeah. See at the end, I guess, and just find out why. That did help actually on the run. I was like, okay, let's figure out why he's in a suit. What's he doing? Where's he been? He's been to court? But yeah, I mean, daunting wise, and it's great to have Charlie at these events. You can the nervous energy. We can both talk about it. He's nervous for the both of us.
Yeah,
so that helps me.
You are married.
Yeah. He's nervous for the both of us. So I'm like, oh, Charlie, come on, mate.
It's all right. Just be nervous for yourself.
But yeah, but like you've always said, it's we train the way we train, and then when it's race day, you're flat out. You know, and that's all. That's the only mindset I had. It's daunting that I look back and I think that lake swim is bloody daunting. But you just get into that mindset where, all right, I'm in it now. Let's just go.
Just do it.
Yeah. And then you just swim.
Yeah.
And then it's not lucky because it was a bloody pandemic, but I've never done the all-in-one start. What do they call it?
So it was a mass start.
Mass start, yeah.
It was kind of a rolling start because you couldn't all go off and it was like a big line of people.
Yeah.
So it's a mass start, but in a rolling fashion.
Yeah, I've only ever done rolling fashion.
So you self-seed.
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so you've only ever done, you go off at set time intervals.
Yeah.
So it's more spaced out.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so this one was a little bit, there was, obviously it's an Ironman, so there was hundreds and hundreds of people there.
Thousands.
Well, yeah. And so that was, you're trying to make your way up past people and get people swimming over you kind of thing.
Mate, I tried to get you to the front of the swim, but they didn't happen.
No.
I was like, where the hell are they? And then I looked at you right at the back. I was like, what are you doing there?
Yeah. And again, it was, I don't want to barge past that person.
Barge past them because you either barge past them now, which is not as bad as swimming over the top of them later on.
Whereas both of us, we just went to the side and around them kind of thing. And you don't want to be doing that.
No, you're just adding
need to
on.
Pick that point and shortest route.
Again, I'm saying all this. It's your first one. It doesn't matter. It's your first one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
None of that matters. Just go and do it.
Yeah.
But I guess I just knew where you both were when you were swimming. And I knew I'd said, make sure you're near the front of the swim. And then I saw you not. And I was like,
what are you doing?
For God's sake.
I mean, I saw loads of people doing that, going around the barrier and getting up to the front.
I saw people come after you who I knew were the fastest swimmers. What they do, they don't even join the back of the queue. They go around outside of the barrier.
Yeah, that's what they do.
All the way to the end. And there was actually a gap in the fence for people to do that. I noticed that later. But you just jump over.
Right, okay.
Because it's self-seeding. I know I'm going faster than you lot. I'm sure. We haven't got to be English and love queuing.
I know, that's probably what it is.
We've got to be nice in English and queue.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy.
And you got out. It was so hilarious. You got out side by side.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, because we bloody did.
I'm not just saying this. Exaggerating.
It literally was.
You stood up exactly the same time, and I was like, "What?" Because I was at the swim exit.
Yeah, obviously there's loads of people there, so I didn't know. And then I heard you say, Charlie's there. I'm like, yes, come on. I slapped him on the bum. I was like, well done, mate. Great swim. And then obviously we went from there because he had to put his 3-course suit on.
Yeah. and his 20 Allen keys and his partner. Yeah.
A quick phone home.
And a nap in transition.
Yeah.
And you were off.
And then we just cracked on.
And then I was on the run course. You both of you looked very in control.
Yeah.
And you're just dealing with that. Obviously, when you get to there, you're already well tired.
Yeah. You've done it now, though, haven't you? I mean, you just got to.
There's nothing out. Yeah, apart from an asteroid hitting the Earth, there's nothing really outside of your control now that can stop you finishing because the bike's done.
And another thing, coaching, you said eat and drink at the start as much as you can.
Of the bike,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, and I think Charlie mentioned this on it when he was on here. Again, my thought was quickness, right? So I unwrapped my, it was a chewy thing, Little did I bloody know. Bit of water and they dissolve.
Well, isn't that quite obvious?
No, not to me. So I've in the queue, I've undone them, put them in the bin, the wrapper, and I've put it down my tri-suit. I've got my jelly babies, put them in there, did my wetsuit up, got out, and I'm on the bike. Oh, yeah, okay, about time. Oh, no, what have I done? And then you just pick it up, and it's just in your hand.
You know what I do, right, is just, you can unwrap it, or even rewrap it in something that's easy to get out, like cling film.
Yeah.
And then I just tape it to the top tube of my bike.
Yeah.
So
why did I go swimming with it?
I know, why did you take it in the lake with you?
Because
no wrapper.
Yeah, in my mind, right, that was the sensible, quick thing to do. I haven't got to, search for it when in transition. I've got it on me already.
If you had like an air sealed bag, like a vacuum bag, that'll be all right.
Yeah.
So you didn't manage to eat what you wanted to eat.
Oh
then?
yeah.
You still ate it all.
Yeah. I just had to reach around a bit more, and it was just more so in my hand, not just in the nice.
It's like imagine eating Weetabix.
Yeah, that's it.
Not dry, obviously. Unless you're a psychopath. Like with your hands.
Yeah.
Like a child just shoving it in
just
your
doing
face.
That. It's exactly
was
how
you
it
on the
was,
bike.
yeah. And then my hands were so sticky. I'm like, oh. I'm a big fan of washing hands.
At least get more grippy on the bike.
Exactly, yeah. So that was a nightmare. But I still got the nutritions in me, and
that's all right. Yeah, you got it in
fine.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, because you didn't look like you were under fueled on the run.
No,
you
no fueling. Yeah, it was spot on, really.
Yeah.
You wake up.
I remember labouring that labouring that point on the morning as well.
Yeah, and the day before, wasn't it? Myself and Charlie and Sue.
Did I send you like a ranting message?
Yeah.
I always like get on my pedestal and do a rant.
Well, you have to. Yeah, get it through.
Because there's these important things which I know they're going to forget. So I'm going to go off on one and really nail it in and send like a 5-minute voice note or a massive text and say, this is important.
Yeah.
Capitals.
Yeah, and it is. If it wasn't for coaching, if I didn't do that, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
That run's bloody tough.
Yeah, you'd end up getting cramped walking and then crying even more.
Yeah,
and then
up to that castle. It's ridiculous.
I've never actually physically seen that incline to that castle, so
I started off on that run, and I wanted, I went out as quick as possible because I wanted, a decent run, and I knew I was capable of it. Legs were fine because we've been putting in the training, but then. And when I say the mental side, that's what got me, because I knew they said it was a hill, a run to the castle, but I didn't do my homework to see when that bloody hill started, and I don't know how, maybe a mile, and it's just all uphill, and I've been trying to get under 7-minute miles up to that point, and then you're at a hill and you think, oh no.
Yeah, so I didn't get through that quickly then, that much. If you're still going to go by time on the run,
I know. Yeah. No, that was exactly. Yeah, but
it was still in your head, like
mad. That's my mad pace. That's why.
Yeah.
And then it got to the hill, and then it just, it was just that's where to you.
That's where you go by feel.
Yeah,
you go by feel. You get up. Not redlining, and no matter how slow it is, because you're going to go fast down it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're averaging 7, you might be going 6-minute miles down the hill, so you can go 8 up.
Yeah.
So it's more efficient long term not to even look at that point and just go, right, let's just listen to where my heart is, listen to where my legs are, and keep it on that, just below that threshold.
Yeah.
And then just because I often get overtaken in those scenarios, and I just ignore them because I'm at my. This is where I know I need to be at to get up and be able to finish the race.
Yeah, exactly, and then sprint it down.
Yeah,
but just in my mind, it was a quick, because I do hills all the bloody time.
Yeah.
In my mind,
but it was a mile.
It was so far, and then you go up this castle and you think, I've got to do this again. I'll have to.
Yeah, but that'll be the last lap, and it'll be the home straight.
Yeah, and then I have to start running within myself now, and then and then we took it home. Fine.
No, but I still can't believe. Well, I kind of said it again. I can't believe, but I was really impressed to see the times you did it in for your first one.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah, and at the time you don't really appreciate that, but you look back and
no, at the end I was like trying to get through. Do you know how good what it is you just done? You know how good that is? Like, obviously, but then you just offended and annoyed your legs hurt. You don't really,
because you don't realise how fit you get, because that was our test.
Yeah,
and we're just training up to that point. You don't realise how fit you get, and then you look back and you think, Bloody hell, that was...
Yeah, because this was the next question I had, because I was kind of thinking, was that time period, was it too much? Was it not sustainable, like on the body and on the mind? Because after that, what we'd normally do for like, say a long-term client is we would still be training. We would just go very easy the next day, go in the pool.
Yeah.
And because it would aid recovery.
Yeah, absolutely.
You recover quicker. And then on the Tuesday, we might do a 30-minute run so slow that it's like walking pace.
Yeah.
Just to flush the legs out. And then you're going to recover so much quicker than if you did nothing. But you kind of decided, or you needed to completely stop.
Yeah.
And then, so talk us through, so was it, so I was questioning myself a bit as well. So like, was it too intense, that training period? Was it too much?
No.
And then, or did you just think, oh, well, I've had enough now. I don't want to do triathlon anymore. I need to go and sleep.
Because not so much it was physically the pinnacle. But that was our target from day one, was a 70.3. We had done it. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, obviously the early hours that you do, the sacrifices that you do.
And you've got families and kids.
You know, I need to lay off this for a little bit.
Yeah. Otherwise I'm going to get divorced.
Yeah. And then, you know, it certainly wasn't, although it's bloody hard, but no, it wasn't a case of, it was physically the pinnacle.
The training wasn't you could physically do that and be all right.
Yeah, it's fine. But, you know, that was the event. That was the top of the pyramid, if you like.
That's interesting. Yeah, that explains it. Yeah, because so for example, like, you know, Hayley, for example.
Yeah.
So her goal isn't an event.
Yeah.
Her goal is just to stay like me, stay sane, stay healthy.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have an end. The end goal is death.
Yeah.
It's like so that, I guess it's slightly different mindset of, I do this so I can function every day and just be healthy and happy. And then, but some people, their aim is
competition.
I want to do this Ironman or this 7.3 in this, and then after that, I don't know yet. So they aim to that. So it's less of a long-term sustainable thing, more of a, I just want to do that race.
Yeah, because it's, you know, it's something that it's an achievement ticked off.
Yeah, it's cool to tell people you've done.
And but it didn't last long, did it? I mean, maybe a month, and then myself and Joe were thinking of what else we're going to do now. Then we've had this time off. Let's go do something else.
Because it was
9
months.
Yeah,
it's been 9 months.
Yeah,
and since that.
Yeah,
and so and recently you've started coming back to the track and doing some sessions, just starting to feel your way back into stuff again. Charlie hasn't come to the swim session, even though he said he was about 2 months ago. Next week. And and so what has that discussion been like? What is next?
I've never done a marathon, so I've entered Manchester Marathon.
Nice.
That's April the 16th.
Cool.
So that's, you know,
that's not far away.
No, I've been doing
5 weeks.
Yeah, I've been doing bits of running and what have you.
Brilliant.
So we'll see how that goes, and then we've got the 113 Cotswold.
Yep.
That I'm massively looking forward to.
Yeah. And
that's another reason why I love triathlon, because the people that it brings together. There's nothing better than going to track on a Friday night, seeing Rachel, Meg, and Mandy. I mean, they're just bloody animals. It's ace. It is ace. I mean that in a loving way.
They're going to take that the wrong way.
No. They can inspire anybody to go and crack on.
They're brilliant. All
wicked.
Of them. Yeah.
And you know what? Is there 10 of us doing it?
11 so far.
Yeah. So that's going to be. I've got all my family come in.
Yeah.
I think Chloe's got Charlie's wife has got a, what they called? Gazebo.
You can have a cough if you need one.
Yeah.
Go and have a cough.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, it's fine. Just you don't have to move anywhere.
I was gonna
go and get a drink of water. Sam's gonna get a drink of water. But the I can hear him coughing. But the 113, yeah. So there's 11 of us doing it. Well, I've got the list here. There's Sue, Hayley, Sam, Chris, Charlie, Meg, me, Anna, Jeremy, Andy.
Jeremy's doing it.
Yeah, Andy and Tom Wright. I've not met Tom Wright before, but he's one of Stu's friends. And Stu is a question mark, so Stu could be the 12th.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll do it. Yeah.
So he will if he can. He's just got to see if work schedule allows.
Oh, of course, yeah. How
So,
dare work get in the way?
yeah, and the people, again, yeah, that's what I really like. Strongly agree with you there. Like the people that's brought together is amazing. Like it's really nice on the Wednesday swim sessions.
Yeah,
and the
track.
Great. They're a bunch of nice people with nice intentions, and that's the kind of people who I want to attract to these kind of sessions. And then this event is just, I'm not even seeing it as a race or anything. It's a day out where it'll be so cool to have everyone together.
Just watching everybody just do it.
It's just a supportive day where everyone goes to do an event. No one cares how if anyone does this or that time, no one cares.
No.
And we've got our own area near the finish line with a team gazebo.
Yeah.
Where we can have a base,
where
family can kind of meet and stuff, and we can
before and after is going to be great, isn't it? Just talking about it.
Yeah, and like the if people that order kit, the kit window's open at the minute, till March 13th, the next few days.
Yeah.
2 days if you listen to this when it comes out, then it'll just be even better. We can get like team photos.
Yeah.
It's good for the coaching side of it. More people might think, oh, what are they doing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's go and talk to them. So I just think the whole day, I'm excited for that feeling of just that togetherness and that team.
Yeah, that's exactly it, isn't it? I mean, I've never done, like I said, I've never really done team sports, and I don't want to, but that group of us, that's that's
it's like both, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're a team, but you're doing it individually.
Doing it myself, yeah.
But then you can share those individual stories and experiences as a team afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's kind of like a beautiful thought in my mind.
It really is, yeah.
Because I'm the same. I like doing it on my own, but obviously there's a risk of getting quite lonely.
Yeah, and I can imagine it's great being part of a team because you've got those people around you. But there's just something. I mean, training by yourself and being in your own head. I don't listen to music or anything when I'm training. And
it's accountability. It's just you.
My brother-in-law calls me a psycho, but he said I've got psychotic tendencies.
Definitely not.
But it's just us. But when we are together, you got that group, and then it's great.
Yeah,
everybody's there. Everybody's sort of there for the same reasons.
Yeah, and everyone understands each other's mindset, and you can relate to doing this thing that the everyday person on the street would call crazy.
Yeah, and I've never really understood that. A lot of people say, "Can't believe you do that." I could never do that, and I'm like, you could.
Yeah,
I've been training for a long time, so yeah, probably you're not going to be doing the same. But you can still do it. You'll still finish.
Yeah,
and it's incredible. You can do it.
Yeah,
you either you just don't want to do it, or
you're not prepared to even entertain the thought of it.
Yeah,
I know. I experienced that a lot.
Yeah.
I go, I could never do that, and I always say the same thing. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, and I say, well, go on. I'll do it with you, and we'll crack on, do some training, and you can do it.
No, you're faster than me though.
Yeah, it
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
we do at the track. We can have 5 different sessions going on in one.
Exactly.
In the 1 hour.
Yeah, and I ever since I've been with yourself, I never look at the watch while I'm training, but I've always been data driven with golf. That's something that I've always had to do to get better on that one shot. You have to look back and where do I miss this, and that's data driven
to implement the changes.
I do like doing. I do like looking back on what the training sessions we've done. Not to improve or anything, just to have a look.
A curiosity
and I'll say it again, and Strava, and I love nothing more than seeing somebody that's maybe run 1 mile. I love that, and then somebody's done 100 miles.
Yeah,
it's the same for me. I just love that somebody's gone out there and done it, and it's brilliant.
I
just trying
love
to better
that.
themselves.
It's just inclusivity, and getting people that would otherwise be sat on the sofa, doing something. If you're being active, you're a winner. You're
only bettering yourself. It's impossible not to.
And then you're in the top few percent of fittest people in the world because you are literally getting off your arse and doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's great. That's like, I love that as well. Like there should be no 100 miles is a long way, but there's no more kudos if you want to talk Strava talk to them than there is than the person that's just run a mile.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm all about that inclusivity, access to sport, which is why because I've been part of teams before where people have so the track sessions have been people of a certain speed, and someone
they just did one speed.
No, the caliber of people there were fast athletes.
Yeah.
Say they could do a 30k. Well, the quickest ones were 30 minutes up to say like no slower than 38 or 40.
Right.
For a 10k.
Jeez.
And if someone would come who is not quite say 45 or 50, they would be told, you can't join the team yet. You need to go away and get a bit faster, and then you can come, because you won't get any benefit out of it because everyone's a lot faster. I hate that.
That's ridiculous.
And I heard that firsthand.
Yeah.
Because that guy is not going to get faster on his own to come back.
Yeah.
He's going to improve. Yeah, he never came back.
Yeah.
Never came back. And rightly so. And he's going to improve by being taken like into a team, having a coach help him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he's slower in the session. You're still doing the same session.
They're only going around that one lap. Where are they going to go? Not going to lose him or anything.
Exactly. It was like that mindset I didn't like. So I was very firm about my thoughts and the way I wanted to do our track sessions.
Yeah, it's great.
Was that I don't care who turns up.
No.
I don't care if you're running for 10 seconds, walking for 50 seconds.
I've got a plan for that.
Yeah, you can go in lane 5, we can go around that, and then the guys in like lane 4 are doing this, lane 3 are doing this, and everyone's doing, you can have people that run 10k and I don't know, under 40 minutes, and you have people that have never done one before and just want to walk.
Yeah.
I don't care. So that solidified that kind of training philosophy and environment I wanted from then.
Same with swimming.
Yeah.
I know we had the 2 lanes.
Yeah. We had your fast guys in the fast lane.
Yeah.
Who were doing
probably 2 different sessions in that lane as well.
Yeah, different sessions in that lane, and then the other lane. I remember a few weeks there was someone who was just learning how to push off properly and get the body position. Yeah, because there's only 2 in that lane that time. Yeah. So they could just slot in and figure out when to push off and learn the very basics. Yeah. And doing one length at a time.
And like you said, it's that group. And if somebody's a little bit quicker, all you do is stop at the end of the lane, let them go, and then you go.
Yeah, you lose nothing.
Yeah,
you lose like a second.
Yeah, and that's why you've got such a good group around you.
Yeah, so I think that coming in with that vision of how I wanted it to be, especially that because in my experience, most clubs can get a bit weird with just because of the people element.
Imagine, yeah.
So that's why I kind of wanted to do something by myself and have it as a team, but I am the main influencer of the culture and the environment there. Yeah, and if I see anything that isn't quite, or just that, it might not be their fault, just something that's happened. I can just have that conversation and make sure that it's there.
Yeah,
it's hard to do in a club.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine you've had to do that though. Not that we want to go in, but the people that are around us, I can't imagine you've had to do that. But yeah, if you go and join a club, you're just going to join you pay your membership, and they're the people you're going to get. And I can imagine
anyone could be there.
Yeah, they're
So
tough people.
There's that element to it, but now we've got the kids there as well. They're overtaking the adults.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That does well for my competitiveness as well, doesn't it? Just watching some 12-year-old run past me.
It's 12-year-old half your height.
Yeah,
go past.
Yeah, I'm on my slow lap. Yeah.
I kind of purposefully wanted that.
Yeah,
because it's discipline training.
Yeah. Definitely.
So if you're on a slow lap and one of the 12-year-old girls is on a fast lap, if she overtakes you, good, because I want you to be able to deal with that and then not change what you're doing.
No, exactly.
And if you can do that, you're getting stronger as an athlete.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And a lot of people need that experience to kind of get it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to take a long, hard look at myself if I didn't let her overtake me. That would be, That's funny. That's not what it's about, is it?
So so you got the marathon, you've got the 113 middle distance triathlon.
Yep.
And is it anything like after that at the minute, or is that the end point at the minute?
No, I was wrong for just stopping completely after the Stratford 70 point. Was it Stratford?
The Stafford.
Stafford, sorry.
Yeah.
Stafford 70.3. That was wrong. I shouldn't have. But my mindset at the time was, okay, you've done brilliantly. Let's stop now.
Yeah.
I should have just carried on, and that's what I'll just carry on doing now because I do love it. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be back doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have come back to it, haven't you?
Yeah. Swimming, it's ridiculously good for you. Running, I've always loved and always will, and cycling, I've really learnt to love. So
that's brilliant.
Yeah. There's no plan after. I'd like to get, but I haven't done an Olympic distance for a while.
Mate, afterwards I'll share because I've got a few that I'm thinking of doing this year.
Oh, okay.
So I'll give you the dates and the names of them and stuff.
Yeah. Because
it'd be good to do, if you're going to do one, if a few of us, I know because Stu's thinking about one as well.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. If we could do that for most events, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Get, 3 or 4 of us there.
It'd just make it a lot nicer, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Sort of friendly face. But yeah, I'd like to do another Olympic because, it's not that much on the body, is it, compared to a 70.3 or full? And, I've always said I'd probably never do a full Ironman, but why not? Why? So I'd probably do a full Ironman at some point.
Well, I've got someone who's doing Bolton next year.
Oh yeah,
next
wow,
June-ish.
I say that, but
and then
me and Charlie, we tend to just fire things at each other over text, and he actually sent the Dubai one.
Did he?
So that'd be that. I mean, I know Dubai's pretty flat, isn't it? So
yeah,
and he said
non-wetsuit as well.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Well, I'll probably sink in that case.
Yeah, we'll have to do some.
Yeah,
practice for that.
I can't imagine we would, but we kind of joked and said, let's say we're going on a family holiday. And then,
by the way,
why have you got the bikes with you?
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you when we're there.
We're going out for the day. See you later.
Yeah. But yeah, I think a full one would. Yeah, that'd be good to tick off, wouldn't it? Before I'm 37, so.
Yeah. And it's not like you'll be going straight to a full because you do the 113.
Yeah, exactly.
As well, and then you might even do another one.
Yeah.
In training for the full.
Yeah.
So it's a very
and ticking the box for the marathon as well. I mean, it's always probably best to do a marathon before you actually do a marathon on a triathlon.
It's gonna and mentally the full is kind of, I always say you can class it as a different sport in itself.
Yeah.
Full distance triathlon is a different sport than any other distance triathlon.
Yeah, I've not even thought about times or anything, so I wouldn't.
Good.
I mean, times, what would that be? 12 hours, something like that? 10 hours, 12 hours?
You can do that. That'd be amazing.
Would it?
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be, yeah.
I mean, that's
10 hours is very good.
Is it?
Yeah, 12 hours. Julian, who I coached, did his first Ironman in just under 12, he did 11 something, which was absolutely
that is
fantastic.
Phenomenal, isn't it? Yeah, thinking about it, the 70.3, I was just over 5, wasn't I? So yeah, that again.
Yeah,
it's over, 11.
Yeah, you were like 5:25 or 5:20. So you say, like, if you did your first Ironman and say 12, mate, amazing.
Yeah,
or anywhere around there, but it doesn't matter. First one,
no, exactly. Just go and
do it.
Have that experience. Yeah,
it depends on the course as well.
Yeah.
But we'll have to once we've done the 113.
Yeah.
Get together again at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
We go hour and 17 minutes.
Oh, it flew by.
I know. Doesn't feel like that long, does it? Is there anything else you want to touch on, or I mean, we can.
No, I think we've covered most things, haven't we?
Yeah, we've covered a lot.
Talk about myself, yeah.
But it's all right for this episode.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, you got to keep going, haven't we? Just.
We'll do like
catch-ups
later on.
Yeah,
once rotated
one
through.
going to the 113. I bet that would be quite good.
We can do like a little vlog thing of it, because I'll bring my little camera.
And that'd be great.
We can film some stuff there
before and after.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
It'll be a lot of all the nervous faces
before,
and then everyone going hyper and crazy afterwards.
Well, I collapse again.
Or just wanted to getting so angry and tearing down the finish line because your legs hurt.
As long as there's pizza at the end again.
Yeah, the run's easier.
Yes,
and the bike's flat.
I've done an Olympic around that route.
So flat.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah,
ridiculously flat.
Nice lake as well.
Yeah. Is it lots of turns in the swim in the lake?
Yeah, I saw that actually.
Yeah. But and the sun can be in your eyes at the start.
Right.
But other than that, it's grand.
Yeah, there you go.
I think you can stand up halfway as well if you wanted
can
to. Yeah, just run that little bit.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there.
Well, thanks for having me.
If you're still listening to this, if you can do all the stuff, tick all the thumbs ups and subscribe and give ratings and comment, all that stuff helps it. Helps the algorithms that I don't understand in the background of YouTube and Spotify randomly recommend this podcast to other brand new people who don't know of it, which is kind of the aim, just to get more people watching it. And it's been growing steadily, which is good. But it would just be nice to reach a wider audience as well with it.
Yeah, I think you're doing great, and I think it will do, won't it?
I hope eventually. So. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hope so. Well, if we
listen to all the others, and again, it's just the nice people that you get on, isn't it, with them?
And the feedback's been really good that I've got from people. Yeah. I feel like the content is good. The discussion is good.
Everyone's different. Well, apart from me and Charlie, mine and Charlie's probably pretty much.
No,
the same.
it's although it's the same race, it's different conversation. So it's still just as different as any other, I would say.
True.
Yeah, because you're not Charlie. You might,
or am I?
You might be. Who knows?
It'll be that Fight Club.
Yeah. But then, from my point of view, you would be the same person still.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, or maybe you're just. You've evolved from that a bit.
Yeah.
Now you can have two different faces from the outside to the outside world. And thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
and thanks for your time. And good luck for the marathon.
Yeah.
Which is like 5 weeks away-ish.
Yeah, it's about that, yeah.
I'm sure you'll have fun and a good time.
Yeah. I've got a couple of us going. I've got a mate going, 2 mates going. Got a hotel at the night before. It'd be great.
I'm sure you'll have some beers afterwards.
Yeah, on the train back. We're not driving.
There's
no way I'm going to be able to drive back to Manchester. Bloody hell.
No, that's it. Imagine cramping up on the M6. You'd end up into the barriers.
Yeah, it's not safe. Yeah.
But cool. All right then.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, bud.
And we'll sign off there.